here at APATS 2025 here in Singapore. I have a special guest actually with me. This is Adah Sham from CGS Immersive. We met last year at APATS 2024. Adam, really good to see you again at APATS. Tell me what's been happening, what you presented last time at APATS for the first time and how things have evolved since in the 1 year period.
Yeah, no, amazing. And thanks, Atul. Thanks, Andy and the team. Thanks for having us. We've been partnering with APATS for a while now and looking forward to this, continuing this partnership. Amazing. I would say I've seen a major shift in a lot of conversations, and especially conversations around AI and virtual reality. So I was just in the cabin crew training conference just earlier on, and the conversations, which if I compare with what we used to have, it's matured a lot. People are not talking about if VR, if AI, they're talking about when AI.
When.
Yeah, which is very interesting. And there's like some of these conversations are like, oh yeah, we want to do it within next 6 months, otherwise we feel like we will be left behind. So for someone who's very much vested into this industry and know the benefit of something like virtual reality training, very passionate, and good to see it's growing. Yeah.
What are the developments with your product since APATS last year?
Yeah, so we launched Cicero, as you know, and thanks for the coverage you gave us last year. So again, we believe being an organization who have invested 40 years in enterprise training, we genuinely believe that what we're seeing right now in terms of technology, it's a game changer. And as somebody who's driving the enterprise learning for the future, we think if these tools are used properly, we can gain a lot from them. And AI plays a very important role. So what we have done with this tool, as you know, we actually have built an authoring platform for content creators, instructors, or any learning leader to generate role play for any training material which you are disseminating, right? So as part of that, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to quickly create a role play, and then you pass it on to people who are attending the training. Then they can go and test how well they have absorbed the knowledge by practicing with an AI. And at the end of it, you get your report card and all those things, and then you can do it again and again so that you master the skill. So we believe it's tools like this which is going to enhance training, as opposed to the way, I guess, everyone is talking about AI taking over our job and all those things. We don't believe in that. We believe it as an associate which is going to help us to do our job better.
Adam, what are some of the latest things you're working within your company that you think will translate to the aviation domain as well?
Yeah. So as we know, we are Meta enterprise partner, and one of the big areas where we're making huge investment in is the power of mixed reality and also the power of the next generation glasses, right? So as we know, Meta has made huge investment. The glasses are shrinking, right? And we think it won't be next 2 to 3 years when we'll be able to see a glass like this, which will have all the augmented reality, virtual reality capability, right? So what we're doing is we're building a lot of those solutions and trying to understand how those can help us in the training industry, right? For example, recently, or about 3-4 months back, Meta released a pass-through API. So with Meta's glasses, you have cameras, right? And then until recently, you were not able to use the footage which you're getting from the camera to manipulate, right? So what we have done with the pass-through API, we now have built tools where you can see the content coming in from the camera and manipulate, overlay it with information. So for example, in training context, let's say if I'm looking at this equipment, and if this equipment had a fault, on top of what I'm seeing, I can get like an external content to be overlaid and pointing to the arrow to press this button so that I can fix this equipment. So it's things like that we are doing a whole bunch of research our team is working on, and we think in next year or so a lot of these things will become reality.
Fantastic. Adam, thank you for joining us here at APATS 2025. One of the important aspects of being part of the APATS series of shows, we're going to be in Bangkok next year, is a chance to meet people like Adam. There are plenty of specialists here doing some great cutting edge work that can probably impact your domains within the aviation industry. So do join us here at APATS. We think this will be very, very useful for you, your organization and your people. Thanks once again for watching.